and things we have at AMT. And a question came up about what do we have to help them out. This is a new potential member I was talking to about helping them get into international markets. And when I started explaining a little about what we do with our global tech centers, they couldn't believe it and were somewhat surprised. So I assume most people are aware of it, but just a quick update, tossing it out there so you got a really good feel of the things that we do at these tech centers and making sure you're taking advantage of them. If you're doing something trying to drop into India, if you're trying to get yourself into China, if you're trying to get into Mexico, all of these great opportunities to be doing things in international markets. So let's walk through some of the basic things we have going on. So at all of these facilities, we have physical facilities in Mexico, so in Monterrey, Mexico, in Chennai, India, and in Shanghai, China. And tech centers have some slightly different services, but on large part, what we essentially have is a demonstration showroom area to be able to show your equipment. There's office space available for you to put people in. Speaking of people, we do proxy hires. And so we can help you find people in the market. So you need a sales engineer, you need a sales manager, you need someone to do your business development. We can help you in the marketplace find the people. We can then kind of do some pre-screening for you. We can then have that set up for you then to evaluate and take a look at people, come interview them yourself, and pick people that you would want at the end of the day. Then we can do the proxy hiring, which means instead of you figuring out how you're going to do taxes in China or India and payroll taxes and withholding and everything else, we take care of all that. You can just pay us a monthly number in US dollars. We take care of all of that other stuff for you, and it kind of makes your life easy. So again, main idea with everything we do with tech centers is making it easy for you to get into the market, test the market, be sure it's going to be good for you, give you all the assistance we can so that you can execute, your product development or sales strategy in that market. So once you have the people and you have the space, then you can go put them. It's a good way to get started. We also do things like our market access and sales services. So we're out regularly talking to customers. We're talking to major automotive, aerospace, contract manufacturers in the area. And so we've got a lot of leads when we're walking around to those places of things that are going on, who's putting in new programs, where's there a new transmission line going in, who's building out some new products, and be able to take that information and make it available to members that are in that center. So you've got leads and contacts and specific opportunities that you can take advantage of to kind of get your process going. In some cases, depending on the tech center, we have some warehousing services. So, sometimes we're in a duty-free zone. You can have a situation where you can bring some components in and have a place to just be able to do some spare parts stocking for key things you need to do just to keep your process moving. So showroom space, we talked about that, being able to have a space to bring in some demo equipment. Again, if it's in a duty-free zone like we have in Shanghai, you're in a situation until you convert that and put it out to a customer, you really can have a pretty low-cost place to be able to have your stuff initially. So tech centers, really useful. Our guys that run them are phenomenal. And in some cases, again, like right now when you can't dispatch your people to get out into the field, we also have service engineers. So the service engineers in Mexico, service engineers in India, service engineers in China, and they can do the first line of triage for you. So they're trained on many different pieces of equipment. They've been doing service on equipment for a while, and they can be your hands, your eyes, your ears in the field, and a lot of basic things they can actually do on their own. Depending on how big the programs are that you're putting in, for a cost, we can have those people come to your facility, again, when we get more COVID friendly, and do some specific training on your equipment so they're better able to handle your stuff in the field. We're also going to be looking at some things we can leverage in the future with augmented reality to make that even a little bit easier so they don't have to do too much of that. But just know we've got service personnel that's available at each of the 3 sites to kind of be additional frontline triaging support until your teams can either get there or we can take care of simple things for you so there's no need dispatching someone around the world. So that's just a little bit of what we do at our global services side of things. You can talk to Ed Christopher, who runs that entire group. He's our vice president there. echristopher@amtonline.org, and it can walk you through what we've got for services and capabilities at any one of those centers, and really helpful if you're trying to get into one of those markets, and those are obviously key and big markets if you're in the manufacturing technology space. So hope you found that helpful. A lot of information online. You want to take a look at that as well, and we'll catch up to you again next week. Have a great weekend.